Okay guys, so here I am back in my Better Than Wolves Let's Play world. Quite a lot of things I've done off camera. I have ground up huge amounts of hemp because that's going to allow me to make the axles that I'm going to need to go with the gearboxes that I've made, the 8 gearboxes and the windmill. I have also taken out the Risugami's craft book, which was the book that I was using previously to tell you the recipe book, Risugami's recipe book, and I've now updated it to a mod called Craft Guide, which I will show in the link. This is a much better mod, much easier to use for me. You have a huge scroll wheel for starters, but also you can now filter by the item you want. So you can say set item, and it gives you like a creative menu, and I can say I want to have a look at recipes that contain fire charges, and there are only 2. So, not a very good example. Let's say I wanted to go to recipes that contain wool. So that gives you all the recipes that contain wool. So it's a much better thing to do. Now the next thing that I think is really cool for this, which is the main reason that I installed it, is if I type in redstone and bring redstone up, it will show you all the recipes that contain redstone. Now that seems pretty reasonable, but what it will also do when we get to the bottom, it will show you Better Than Wolves recipes, some of which, when we get right down near the bottom, are ones that you can only get in Better Than Wolves machines. So this is an anvil only recipe. This is a recipe that requires a cauldron. So these are all things that you can't get with the regular craft guide. So basically I don't need to look up the wiki anymore. Off camera, I also cooked up a heap of smooth stone because I'm going to make some smooth stone bricks. I also, by mistake, threw some flour in my cauldron thinking it would make bread, and it makes donuts. Now this machine is basically a free furnace for food. So if I grab my steak, or my raw beef anyway, and throw it all in here, it will just cook, and it will just continue to cook constantly, any food that's in there. Like I said, don't put any dung in though, otherwise that's bad. So I didn't do very much with the dogs. Went through and culled a whole lot of these. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I was just showing around saying I hadn't done much with the dogs. I've built up a bit of a tree farm here just because I was running out of wood when I was making a whole lot of different things. Don't think I did much else around here. This is all pretty straightforward. I did go in though and clean out a lot of this jungly sort of forest area. You can see it's much barer now. I kind of cleaned out all the low growth stuff. The high trees I intend to leave. Just the low stuff I want to get rid of so I can place torches down, because that's kind of where this is the kind of area where it's hard to keep it all well lit, and that's where mobs spawn. You can see that I've totally redone my farm here. So I'll show you that. Just ignore the big cobblestone building on the right. Basically what this is this is going to be a semi-automatic flax farm. I'll go into some more detail and show you some more about that a bit later on. Get to practice my redstone engineering as well. Now this is going to be my windmill. You can see up there where the dirt block is sticking out, that's where the windmill is going to attach. And I think it'll come down to about here. They're pretty big, those windmills. So I basically built just a big structure to house it, and I was kind of measuring and spacing things out by, that was meant to be gravel, but I ran out of gravel. So gearbox, axle, gearbox, axle, gearbox, axle, 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 gearbox, and you get the idea the whole way up. You know, 3 axles, gearbox, 3 axles, gearbox, and then it comes out the top. And then from here, clearly, it goes down. So we come in here, we have my new underground wheat farm that I decided to... Crazy mouse. My new underground wheat farm. And then here, we're going to have where that cobblestone block is, no, the step above the cobblestone block is going to be a grinding mill, and then over here we're going to have my saw. So we're going to have the 2 of them, and I'm going to be able to like stand here and put blocks on the front of the saw, or stand here and put things in the mill, and then the water flow will blow the contents down, and I'll stop just here in the water flow where I can pick them up. So that's that, and done a couple of other little things, but I'm going to save that for the next Let's Play video. This is just, like I said, just a quick update on what I've done. It doesn't look like much, but that is super hard to build without creative. And I'm kind of concerned now that I've got myself in a spot where, now that I've built in the cobblestone wall here, I did the gravel elevator up and down. Now that I've built in this wall, I'm thinking it's going to be really tough to build this gearbox sort of axle setup all the way up. Plus, then I'm also going to have to add some kind of redstone signal to it to be able to turn it on and off, but definitely for a later episode. So, thanks for watching this update video. I'm thinking, if you guys are interested, I might do some regular world uploads so that you guys can download them and kind of keep pace with where I am if you're really interested in checking this mod out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Astocky out.